Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful day here, hot, staying busy. Got the food dehydrator going again, playing with the corn chips today and doing some more tomatoes. I'm learning my machine little by little and I'll do some video on that later. I'm doing just in the experimentation stage right now. I was looking through my Instagram feed the other day and I came, looking through the usual stuff and looking for something new, and popped up in my feed this guy I've been following for a while now, the 300-pound vegan, and just a big smile broke out across my face because I try to practice what I preach on this channel, and I can be one of those too when I'm looking at other YouTube channels or Instagram accounts or food or other vegans or whatever out there. I can also, I can turn into that little church lady, that little judgmental person sometimes, and be scrunch nose thinking about, okay, they're vegan, but what are they eating over there? When you know what, I'm like, dude, just practice what you preach. I always talk on this channel about not worrying about what other people are eating and just being happy that people are vegan. And this guy, like I say, when I saw it, I think he maybe had some vegan burger or whatever, but just this huge smile broke across my face because I'm like, this is great. This is the 300-pound vegan, an ex-NFL, or maybe he's current. I'm not sure about that. He's played in the NFL. I'm not 100% sure about his story. Now it's an NFL defensive lineman, so that's about the least wimpy you can get. He can play defensive lineman, and I was reading a little bit about his story just for a little bit of background, and apparently he had tendonitis really bad, and he just figured out he needed to bulk up, and all the bulking up and all this protein and all this stuff was just breaking his body down. He was just having aches and pains all the time, so he went vegan. And he's a great example. I mean, he's got 38,000 on Instagram. Not huge, but he's making that difference. And he's got a website out there, the 300-pound vegan, if you want to go check him out. But just the sharing he's doing, I love his account. He shares from an ethical perspective. He shares from a health perspective. I've seen this. Everybody's been sharing this past week. Actor Danny Trejo is opening a vegan taqueria in LA. And it's just about, common people like this sharing. And it really does. It just brings me back to that of, what? I love all vegans. I'm thankful for all vegans. I appreciate what all vegans are doing for this planet. And you know what? Yeah, even more and more I don't think I've had any hate for anybody from the beginning, but more and more it's just like, man, you're vegan, you're my people. It's kind of like, and when I say this word, it has a negative implication, but I don't mean it in that way. But maybe we should think more of it too as the enemy of my enemy is my friend. In other words, we have other vegans that may not eat fully raw. They may not eat starch solution. If you're starch solution, Raw4, whatever, but we still make up such a tiny pocket part of the world. Latest figures I've heard, and I don't know exact figures, but I've heard there's about 5% of the world that's vegetarian, maybe 2.5% of that is vegan, or half of that is vegan. But let's bump the numbers up. Let's say 5% of the world is vegan. That's still, we're a very small number, so we need to stick together. And also that coincided with kind of coming across this guy and just seeing how cool his account is and the people he's reaching out to. I watched, I figured it was about time since I have Netflix now. I've had Netflix for a while, and I watched a bit of Cowspiracy. I probably only watched about a third of it because I always go to sleep watching whatever I've got on Netflix at night. But I took a few notes on this, and this really jumped out at me. And I've just got a little bit of numbers here, and then that'll be it for this one because this is just one of the weekend videos. But as I've told you guys before, I'm not a huge science guy. I'm a big fan of science, but I just, that stuff's kind of over my head. I can't explain things in a scientific manner. I'm not great at math, but I understand numbers. Numbers written down on a page are things that I understand. And these numbers from Cowspiracy, and I'm just going to go over a few of them, there's tons of numbers in there, is just astounding. Coal, natural gas, oil, and animal production, about what they're doing to our planet and to our oceans and rivers. And just also too, the amount of water and the amount of resources it takes to produce animal products. Just a few quick ones for you here right now that just blew me away. It takes 600 gallons of water to produce one hamburger. And they're talking about water droughts all over the United States, especially in other places. 600 gallons of water to produce one hamburger. 900 gallons for a pound of cheese. Simple little pound of cheese. This is meat again, but it gives you, we'll get into a pound. It takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce a pound of beef. Amazing. Okay, that's for the earth, that's for the planet. Now, another reason that I'm appreciative of all vegans, regardless of what they eat, is for the animals as well, because you cannot argue with the numbers. And this may not be people that have gone fully vegan, but to me, that's what veganism is about. I don't get into the, I've had people that, like, I've gotten into other people's videos, maybe made a comment, and I've gotten some people get out way out there in left field with explanations of veganism that I'm just going like, what? And I'm a decently intelligent guy, so if you're trying to make veganism that complicated, you're going in the wrong direction whatsoever. Keep it simple. And keeping it simple for me is just a matter of less animals dying. Okay, yes, the goal will always be, maybe for no animals to die. That would be best case scenario. But if I've got 10 animals in this room, let's do some basic remedial math. If I've got 10 animals in this room as a vegan, I'm just fighting to keep as many of these animals alive as possible. I don't need to get tricky. I don't need to get into any deep thought. I don't need to get into any of this kind of youthful intellectualism and philosophy on it. I'm just trying to keep as many of these animals alive as possible. And there I go blabbing my mouth and my iPad goes out on me. In 2014, I didn't get a stat for 2015, but 400 million fewer animals were eaten in 2014 than the numbers they had in 2007. So, boom. Even if people are not turning to a full vegan lifestyle, there is at least coming enough awareness. The vegan thing is catching traction a little bit, and we need to encourage this in the small steps, in the big steps. Yeah, go all the way, but the Meatless Mondays, whatever happens that is vegan is a good thing, and it's a step forward. So anyhow, just one of the rambling weekend videos. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll think about that a little bit. Like, we nitpick about the details too much on this thing. We get too much into this raw vegan. We're like trying to get down into the like, ugh. And it just gets to be like sometimes like, who cares? Who cares? What are we really getting down to this level of it for? Why are we being so splitting hairs on it? Let's just like, as you as a vegan, let's just like try to educate more people on the vegan lifestyle and bring more people to a vegan or plant-based lifestyle, and not worry so much how they do their vegan. Anyhow, hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.